I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. You know when things go foobar, apocalyptic, sideways, or my favorite, cluster Trump, you got to take stock of what happened and try to figure it out. Now, we have found out over the last 2 months, our president has put 100% effort and used all his will to make sure that he did absolutely nothing about this pandemic.
And this is their new hoax.
It's going to disappear. One day, it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
In a whistleblower complaint, we found out this week that the cluster Trump administration didn't want to do anything to stop the 19 by normal means. And they didn't want to use scientists, no. Instead, they wanted to use industry insiders from the drug companies to push their drugs, like this one.
Hydroxychloroquine.
The complaint was brought by Rick Bright, a high-ranking federal scientist focused on vaccine development and a deputy assistant secretary with the Department of Health and Human Services, which is really a bitch to put on a name tag. Dr. Bright wanted the administration to get ready and also use known and proven technologies. You know like when you put gasoline in your car, right? But if you put the cranberry juice lobby in charge of fuel, your car won't run, but your Dodge Ram won't have a urinary tract infection. There's an upside. Dr. Bright did his job. So, of course, like everyone who does the right thing for the American people, he was fired after the president was pushing a drug that was found to be dangerous.
Or hydroxychloroquine.
Now, hydrochloroquine isn't dangerous for some things. In fact, it's an antiviral that treats malaria, and it works. But in the case of COVID-19, it has a potential toxicity and could cause a side effect called sudden death. Now, isn't that the final side effect?
Ask your doctor about hydroxychloroquine. Side effects include death, dying, ceasing to exist, seeing the light, immediate death, and sudden death. Talk to your doctor about hydroxychloroquine.
Dr. Bright pointed to the political pressure to rush these drugs from Pakistan and India to American households. So he was removed from his job within days of publication of an article about hydrochloroquine because they suspected he was the article's source. Now, in the past, America, when you were informing people about government corruption, you were seen as a patriot and a person of integrity. But no longer. We used to live by the axiom of Buckminster Fuller. Integrity is the essence of everything successful. Since Trump, we've gone to the quotes of John Gotti. Hey, snitches get stitches. So Dr. Bright was doing his job. I mean, Health and Human Services, come on. He demanded that the government use safe and scientifically vetted solutions to stop COVID. You know, like the Obama administration did to stop Ebola and H1N1. But in this administration, the phrase safe and scientific come somewhere far after.
No, I don't take responsibility at all. We're not a shipping clerk. And then I see the disinfectant. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection?
I take no responsibility whatsoever. We are not a delivery service, and why don't we try injecting you with disinfectant? And to be clear, we are in a deadly global pandemic because one man who was told by the best intelligence service in the world that this virus was coming, and he was told in November 12 times, 30 million are out of work, 75,000 are dead because one man couldn't miss his 8 a.m. tea time. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. I actually would like to go golfing, to be honest. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. Welcome to week 7 of the quarantine. With me as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
Sitting across from that beauty, another beauty, the Highlander.
There could be only one.
There can be only one.
And just to be clear, this is not dandruff on his shirt. It's actually speckled. Just want to
Yeah,
put
he
that
sure-
out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's definitely not dandruff.
But what a great idea to have the
wanna put it out there for everybody.
pre-dandruff shirt.
Yeah, you're right. These are big. Man, I got some problems.
Yeah, you like
If you have dandruff.
Yeah, just get the pre-dandruff shirt. I had when I was a kid, I had a shirt that was I had an outfit. Oh man, when I was in so my 6th grade year, for Christmas, one of the relatives bought me a jean suit. Except it had been
Oh yeah,
tie-dyed,
those are perfect for
but
that.
faded.
I'm
but
sorry.
faded.
I'm sorry. Explique, por favor.
It was exactly matching
What's a
jacket.
jean suit?
Matching jacket and pants. Exactly the same. And it was faded. It was light faded to dark faded, and at the bottom it was light faded to dark faded. So
We need a photo of that.
So yeah, right.
Pronto.
I don't have it, but I wish I did because
Yeah, you said that a little too
by the way,
quickly.
do you remember when you had your favorite? It was my favorite thing. I was a cool for the first 2 weeks. I wore it, all the girls thought I was super hot, and then I wore it way too much, and then it was over. But
They thought you were hot.
I'm glad they didn't go the other way.
And then they realized you were going to wear it 365 days in a row.
That's the only clothes he has. That poor man.
I do remember putting paint splattered jeans on layaway at the PX. If
They
you
were
don't know what that
expensive.
is, that's the yes,
Yeah.
thank you. And I was 9 at the base, the military base exchange, because that's where I got all my.
Oh
clothes.
yeah. Oh, I've been to the Navy store. Oh, yeah.
And they
a
didn't
lot of selection.
make. Honestly, until I would say about 10 years ago, they didn't make pants long enough, for people my height.
Right.
I'm 5'11" and a half. And so I flooded through every year in school. Every year. It wasn't like you could
It's always floods on a really tall person look way worse for some reason.
Thank you.
Because there's like these little like flamingo sticks sticking out of the bottom.
Like toilet paper.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, she looks pretty. Oh my
toothpicks sticking
God, what
out.
happened there? They forgot to finish the drawing, is what it looks like.
Isn't it your job to make me feel better about my childhood trauma?
I think you're the pretty. No,
My
no.
nickname in junior high was Grasshopper, and I'm sure they meant
What?
it because grasshoppers are really amazing creatures.
Martial arts?
And they,
Is it a martial arts thing?
No.
no,
Just trying to.
It
No,
was
she
my
would walk
legs.
in the room like this.
A lot of high jumps.
Praying mantis, yeah. And she made noise with
Do
her
a
back legs.
cricket noise. You're good at that. See?
That's horrible. I'm pissed. I want you guys to know I am pissed. I'm to the point now where I've lost my shit. We are now 75,000 dead as of today, which is May 7th, right? 2020. We have a president who came out this week and basically said there's going to be at least 134,000 dead. We're opening anyway. He says it's better to just open anyway. Yes, there's going to be a lot of dead, but we got to get our country open again. And to all those people that are going to die, because guess what? Some of you are going to die specifically because this man is an idiot. Or malevolent enough to want everybody to die. I apologize. I don't know what to do. This is the only time in my life where people aren't fired up marching that I can remember. I guess it's what I said in Evolution, man. Everybody wants a revolution, but no one's willing to pack a lunch.
Boom.
The ones that are marching are the ones that want to open, which is crazy.
Wasn't that weird?
What the hell?
People, this week we had armed guards, which talked about the Armageddon update. We had armed guards walk into the Michigan State House with AR-15s. Shit. That was my computer. That's all right. Isn't that crazy? We had armed guards that walked into the Michigan State House, armed to the teeth with AR-15s, and What are you going to do? What are you going to shoot the virus? Are you going to shoot the governor so you can
They
actually
got really
go
good scopes.
Yeah, to go to Walmart? Like what?
As someone that was raised in a military family, it's offensive to me. I find most often
These
that
cosplay guys?
it's they're in their costume, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
you know you don't see ex-Marines or Marines up there with guns and stuff
No,
because
right.
that's not. It's the me think
these
you do
militia-
protest too much.
Yeah.
You know,
'Cause
it's
they understand,
really
yeah.
offensive. It's like congratulations that you got your little pew pew, but nobody needs to see it.
It's actually pew pew. Here's the thing: you never see that. You know, it's funny. You can now, people. There's a hint. You can tell when military out in public as civilians. You can tell.
Yes.
I will give you the uniform of military out in public when they're off duty.
Okay.
Very loose polo shirt, cargo pants, kind of loose jeans, but not super loose, just loose enough. They're fitted.
jeans,
Yeah,
yep.
loose jeans. Shoe, footwear, usually a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? Tactical than you would expect, and look at their belts too. The reason though you have
And
to
the haircut.
and the haircut is always the haircut. The haircut's a dead giveaway.
High and tight.
And no facial hair. These guys, and the reason they have the loose polo shirt is because I guarantee you, and the cargo pants, they are carrying 3 weapons on them most of the time. They're not letting you know though. Now the dickhead that comes in wearing a flak vest, holding an AR, knife, like a Bowie knife strapped to his
He's way
leg,
overdoing it.
and a skull patch,
Right.
and a face mask with like Satan teeth on it, dude.
And the shirt says, over my dead cold body, and that kind
It's
of like, all right.
What are you doing?
You combine too many costume elements. It's too many.
You're not winning. You're not going to win the raffle.
My dad goes everywhere. My dad goes. He's retired Marine officer. Everywhere he goes, he is armed. My brother is too. Loose polo or loose T-shirt, looser jeans and kind of like 5'11" black combat boot things. They're not, you know what I mean, like cop boots. And they never talk about it.
Nope.
They never say anything about it. They never gesture towards it, touch it, reference it. It's
and anybody with facial hair like mine and that little goatee thing they do, they're all belly's covered in a flak vest. Dude, you're walking through Michigan. Why are you wearing a flak vest?
Honestly,
like, what the fuck is going? What is wrong with you?
They're perfectly suited for the person that they're protesting for, because he is a draft dodger, even though we've all forgotten that, and it's perfect. I think it's perfect.
Cosplay soldiers, man. It's crazy to watch.
Yeah.
A lot of online shopping for their
Exactly.
gear. It's not issued to them.
Is that military issue? Yeah, Amazon.
It sits in their cart for 3 months while they decide what I'm going to accessorize. Okay,
Right.
hold on.
I'll put this in my wish
Okay,
list.
okay, right. The bullet. Okay, no, those don't go together. It's too much.
And the shirts, the shirts always have some crazy slogan on them like that. Speaking of shirts with crazy slogans, as of this week, you're going to be able to order 3 different shirts from the Titus podcast.
Hell.
Yes. Well, Rachel had she said it one day, and she just said it. She very sadly. We were watching the news, and Rachel just goes, "Stupid people ruin things." I burst out laughing.
I said
big
one-
letters on a shirt. So those are coming out. You go to the ChristopherTitus.com and see those. Those will
I
be
don't
up in a couple
think
days.
about it. I said to you yesterday,
Stupid
I was
people
on.
ruin things.
I was reading email and dealing with people after this show on Saturday, and just out of the blue, I wasn't thinking about it, and I said to him, "My problem is I don't like people." And then I went back to what I was doing, and he started laughing at me. But that's the problem. It's whenever you have
didn't
to
say
do
it
a
that
job.
pointed. You tossed it off. That's what was funny. You goes, "My problem is I don't like people."
Yeah.
You just tossed it off, and it was it was like she didn't know what she said. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we talk about? Can we just?
Sure.
Okay.
And then then I'll tell you the other 2 shirts.
So with our other employee and myself, we have. Oh, and Fetus was here on Saturday dealing with people complaints. You were lucky enough to not have to do.
Oh, can I say that, by the way? Saturday night, this last Saturday, guys, we did Carry Monsters. I have to say, for those of you that paid to watch it, thank you so much. You guys proved something that works. We're doing another show with Josh Wolf coming up on May 23rd, hour long. We're gonna do. We're getting better every time.
7 p.m. Pacific.
7 p.m. Pacific.
8 p.m. Mountain. 9 p.m. Central. 10 p.m. Eastern
time.
Now this is
So
a
3
live
o'clock
show.
Pacific.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
4 p.m. Honolulu time.
Oh, I didn't
And-
think Honolulu time.
It's
And
a
China.
live show. It's the one show happening simultaneously in all of those time zones.
Josh Wolf is hilarious. and
I had
really
a
fun.
woman that I thought won Saturday day when I went to pick up the kitten that you rescued from the vet, and she said she was just really upset because she had purchased the 10 p.m. East Coast show.
Right.
And she's on the East Coast, and now her tickets are saying 7 p.m. Pacific, and that's not the show, the live, she said, live show that she wanted.
Well, she had to, drive to the internet. She had to get directions to the internet and then find parking.
Then I got here that night. Oh, I actually do have 2 people that drove. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold the phone. I had 2 different people that told me this weekend after the fact that they didn't see the show because our platform sucks. YouTube.
Oh.
It works for many people.
Right.
Yeah, YouTube. We went with the real kind of like
They
behind the building,
thought-
kind of
like-
hidden,
yeah.
kind of hidden.
The more obscure
boutique,
one.
A boutique. Went to a boutique server.
platform.
Yeah, YouTube.
She
They-
thinks the information superhighway is real.
They
Is in place.
thought that Eventbrite was the platform, and both of them, separate people in different small towns, drove into town to download the app for Eventbrite. The
Because-
people that sold the
Because
tickets.
the internet was better, and their town has public Wi-Fi. Right?
And I go, what? Why are you downloading an app? You don't need an app to watch the show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's-
People look.
it's hard.
Here's the
It's
thing.
hard.
I have 2 things.
hard.
My heart is warmed that they wanted to see the show that bad.
Was it warmed when that guy told me to suck his you know what?
No, that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool.
And then I had a lady that evening. I think you know about.
He didn't
this
do it in a
one.
romantic way.
No, he didn't. This This one won, just really beside herself. Do I need to print out the tickets for this show? Because I don't have a printer and the show is about to begin.
Right. Okay.
Yes. Please pick it. You need to pick out, you print your ticket out, then take a picture of it.
And then wave it in the air.
No, send it to me. You
Drive
got to
it
send it to
down.
us. Then we will stamp your ticket virtually.
So look.
We will send it back, and then you take another picture of it stamped, and then we'll give you the code.
My problem
no,
is
that's not it at all.
I don't like people. And this job doesn't help that.
Well, I will say this. We thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed it. As weird as it was, I don't think the last time I did a show for 7 people was 8 years ago.
Well, the crew was also.
Crew was here, but it was different. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to have Josh Wolf. We're going to have 7 to 10 people here, 10 probably. Then we're going to actually hook up Zoom. We're working on that now. There'll be a screen right next to Josh where the Zoom people will be watching, but he'll also be able to react to the people on Zoom. So he'll do his show. We'll hear them laughing. We'll hear the crowd laughing, which are going to be mic'd better this time. We're micing the crowd better. So you're going to see more of a comedy special like thing, and then at the end of that, it's one show. That's
gone.
it. You won't be able to buy it again. You won't be able to see it on anybody's YouTube channel.
And
it's over.
here's the thing
And we're
that Titus was talking to me about, and I thought Titus sometimes has brilliant insight because he just put on an X-Wing thing online.
Virtual X-Wing tournament?
Yeah. He said, this is a live show. This is you having a theater
He
show.
got mad.
Or he was wound up. Or he's actually typed up our FAQs that I sent out on this show. He said, so, and one of the FAQs is, what do I do if I miss this show? His answer is exactly what you would do if you missed a live show. That's it.
Yeah.
But, man, inundated with people that weren't able to get on. And
Were you inundated, or was it a few?
I feel inundated, but in my defense, I'm drunk.
It was probably. I think we had 20 people that were pissed, but out of 50 or 6,000 tickets sold, it's pretty good.
But you don't need an app. You don't need an app.
Guys, you just go to YouTube. So here's how it works. So when you want to see the Josh Wolf show, it's called Weird Times, which is perfect for Josh, by the way. And we're in Weird Times. Go to follow us, by the way, online. We have a Combustion Comedy. Go to Combustion Comedy. Start following us. You'll get updates on it. You'll see the cool poster. Highlander did this killer.
He really did.
thanks.
Dude, that poster for Josh Wolf's show is so awesome.
It's so Josh.
Go to it, and on May 23rd, Saturday night, you can get your own drinks, sit down, watch another comedy show. And Josh is a little crazier than I am. Plus, he's got a guitar. It'll be fun.
Oh, is he going to play too?
Yeah, he's bringing his guitar in.
We have some really cool acts that are interested in doing it.
We haven't booked them
and
yet.
just know, we're ironing out any kinks. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Here's what I don't want, guys.
We use you as our guinea pig.
Yeah. I don't want, because it doesn't matter. Well, who am I going to get mad at? Me? And trust me,
Yes.
I was. We want to do a show for you guys because the comedy clubs or the venues, there's not going to be any concerts for like a year.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get music acts. We're trying to get other comics, and we don't want to do it where a bunch of people are screaming into one camera on their laptop. I want you guys to have a show. So Combustion Films is working hard to use our studio. We got the Combustion Lounge to get it right. We've got a sound stage. Let's do it right.
Because performers can't travel, and
Right, no one can get on a
here,
plane.
They just drive right up the street. So if you guys have ideas about anyone you want to see, music or comedy or otherwise,
Yeah,
just
go to
let us
Christopher
know.
Titus. Go to ChristopherTitus.com. Go to the contact page. Tell us who you want to see. We'll work on it. I'm not saying it's going to work, but it looks like we got about a year before we go live. Some venues are opening though. You know, our buddy Brad Williams is working in Utah.
Yeah, but it's a much lowered capacity, and my fear is,
I mean, did Brad get sick? Does he have a much lowered capacity? Oh no, he's not. Oh, he's not. Okay, Brad's not dumb. She was saying there's less people in the audience.
less people in the
Okay,
audience
got
because
it.
they have
Just
to
wanna
have
make
the
sure.
chairs 6 feet apart, and so comedy clubs aren't going to be able to pay big acts to come in
Right.
because they can't
And
cover
those acts
it
can't go to
with
theaters
that
either.
nut. Yeah.
And they can't go to theaters. So who's going to do comedy? Combustion Films. Combustion Comedy, people. Go to it, sign up, and we will be doing it. Every couple of weeks we'll be doing a new show.
No, Brad's great. Brad's
Until
got a
I
new
lose
baby.
my ass on investing in it. When we make no money, it will stop.
Also, if you guys just tuned in recently, go back. I had some people saying, you guys should have Josh Wolf on the podcast. Well, we did a few months ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's a great episode. You really
We're
get a
gonna
vibe for
repost it.
who
We'll
he is.
repost it. Easy
Yeah.
repost, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll
Yep.
repost it.
Yeah, repost it because man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He was making me nuts. It was such a. I've never seen a dude. He's just got he oozes cool, but not cool like smarmy cool, like James Bond cool. He's cool. Like remember we all that buddy in school where like everybody else had their thing, and then there was the one dude that no matter who he was with, he was just cool with.
Yeah.
He's that dude. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
Chill.
I'm pissed. I'm really pissed. People are. I just want you guys to know. If you guys follow me on Twitter at all at Titus Nation, I want to apologize for the last 2 days.
You're being very mean.
I'm not being mean. I'm tired.
I thought we'd made a lot of progress.
We had, but you know what's weird is that we are now killing people, and here's where my line is crossed. At one point, there is no diplomacy that makes it okay for people to die in our country, and right now, we actually figured out. By the way, for anybody who doesn't get it, we have just figured out for real. Carlin talked about it, and other people talked about it.
Yeah.
You're not in the club. It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Yeah.
Guess what? This is fucking proof.
Yeah.
Carlin talked about this for so long.
Now it's obvious.
It's obvious. Oh, by the way, this meat plants are like killing. Like it's going through meat plants like a fire. This virus. It's crazy. Like
Which
the plague.
makes me feel really sick about eating the meat.
Me
and
too.
I know, look, here's the thing. Sanjay Gupta said that yes, of course, the virus can land on food, but if you eat the food, your stomach acid will kill the virus. You'll be fine, but it's just the thought of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Appetite's gone now.
right? Like they said, how many 2,000?
Could I get a virus
people
burger,
tested
please?
positive?
No. I'd like the COVID with cheese. Double COVID.
Right.
Double COVID.
I get
No,
an
my
extra
stomach.
COVID, yeah.
No, I'm gonna risk it because my stomach acid will deal with it.
Right.
I'm not really okay with that.
With a side of disinfectant injection.
Exactly. I'll drink.
Wash it
What do you
down
wanna
with some
drink?
Clorox.
Disinfectant.
Even Grandma said today, Grandma's a thinker though, and I was talking to her and she said, it's going to spike again. They are reopening way too early. Yeah. And then she said, I do not talk like that. I said, yeah, you do. I said, we need to have you on Graham Cam again. And she said, I'm not doing it. I said, yes, you are. And she said, when? It was like, she said, next time I'm going to wait till my hair is done because I saw my hair on that video and it was awful. I'm going to do my makeup and I'm going to do my hair.
We should do her next week. We should Grandma come on
I
next
told her,
week.
I said, people they're going to need an update. But she thinks there's going to be, she said, they're opening too early.
We need the wisdom of Grandma sometimes. Because there's something about when she comes on where I go, oh, okay, I feel better. So I'm not, by the way, all you people that think this is okay, it's not okay. People are dying. So they're open. But I also get what happened. There was obviously, did I talk about this last week? There's a meeting happened because it's weird how all of a sudden all the states are open. Like, okay, so everything that he laid out for us to do. Yeah. Okay, 14 days of falling. Okay, falling cases.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bunch of stuff.
They pulled that off the website today. They've actually backed off on it.
Right.
There you go.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, hi, we're the American government. We really don't give a shit if you die. But do me a favor, get in your car and get to work because we need burgers. Wendy's is out.
Nobody was doing
Wendy's
it anyway.
is out. Did you hear that?
What do you mean they're out? Like
Wendy's is out of meat.
Wendy's. They're out of meat.
Wendy's.
Oh, wow.
Do tell your tweet. It was very cute.
I said, Wendy's is out of meat, so do not order a Wendy's burger because it may actually be windy. They may have killed Wendy.
Made me laugh. I was on Twitter last night for the first time in 3 days, and I was like, oh, okay.
You know, she goes through my Twitter to scold me. She's like, funny. Jesus, hey.
it's like
if
check it in on them.
If anybody ever read your tweets all in a row, they would put you in an institution.
Valid.
It's not a good dossier for you to put
no, it is
out
not.
into the world.
People keep saying because I keep putting out Titus 2020. I'm like, you guys,
No.
my 9 years of tweets would definitely I wouldn't even get to a first of 8. Hi, I'm Christopher Titus. Boo! All right, I'm out.
Well, we have Trump now, so
at one point you're right.
Yeah, but he doesn't know anybody in Russia, so
that's true. Nice, that's very nice. So, so everybody who's sitting there, it's the same people that when a school shooting happens and 23 kids die, start giving me reasons why it's okay to keep a gun still. They don't consider anybody who died. They don't consider that it happens all the time. I mean, people, this is a fucking crazy number. 75,000 people today. Yeah. We're gonna hit 100. But and Ray actually yesterday pulled up a thing where she was showing the progression of it.
Yeah.
Every 3 weeks?
4 weeks.
Every 4 weeks.
Showed
it it's exponentially going. It's going like 10,000, 40,000, 80,000.
It was paraphrasing, but it was like March 6th to April 6th, 15 people. What was it? 47,000. That was the difference in 4 weeks. And then it did projection for May 15th. Yeah. And it's just insane. And people still are saying the same things. It's like the flu.
Not the flu.
Obama. What about Hillary? Sleepy Joe. You've gotten some of those messages today. And I just want to say no, and no. And people are dying. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Like it doesn't, like the reality. There's a great video. Florida. Smells like Florida. Dude, I just planned it for right before I left to do the Armageddon update. Guy is screaming at this woman at a supermarket. She's wearing a mask. She's videotaping him. He's going, my rights. He goes, you're violating my constitutional rights. I should be able to walk into a grocery store with no mask whatsoever and buy what I want. Fuck. And he's screaming.
It's always the same. It's always coming from the same group. Every time we have something that is like...
But what's the level of dumb? It's not...
They all visited the same costume shop.
They all did, yeah. But what's the level of dumb it takes to know that people are dying, to actually see the numbers, to actually have... people are dying. And if you've read any... Are they just avoiding it? Because I know that too. A lot of people avoid bad news.
There's a whole conspiracy thing, and I think you can thank Fox News for that.
Yeah.
And then also... propaganda being put out on social media. I get that it's tough to admit that you were taken by Russian propaganda, but
and a con man.
Let me be very clear about this. You're doing it again. And we have proven with a Republican-led intel committee in the Senate, Republican-led, the leader is the dude from North Carolina, found that
not really a
Russia,
left-leaning, not a left-leaning Republican either.
No, found conclusively. You can go read the entire intel report that was put out that just faded away because of this coronavirus thing. It was 2 weeks ago. Found conclusively that Russia did interfere heavily in the election, that Russia did set out to disparage Hillary Clinton and to get Donald Trump elected. Found all kinds of things. You guys should go read the report. I went online. It's a dry read, but get some vodka.
I'm in.
And people are doing it again. It's the same formula. It's exactly the same formula. Biden,
Sleepy Joe.
Now Sleepy Joe. We've got the story with Tara Reid, and so that's all happening again, and all this propaganda is coming out.
But
on
here's what you
social
need to
media.
That's why sometimes you get on me, and I'm like, she goes, these people don't care that you have all the evidence that proves it didn't happen. I go, I don't do it for them. I do it for the 10 other people that may go their way. They're read and go, wait, this is bullshit.
I don't care if you do that. I just think sometimes you're mean. I will tell you this. Democrats overall, in my opinion, the ones that are talking are pussies. They don't have the ability to fight. They don't want to fight. They're intellectuals, which is great. I'm glad they're smart. I have this weird, and you have the same thing too. You get it. We were raised by these kind of, my dad was kind of hard right, and I'm smarter than him when it comes to what's going on in the world. So but I also am not taking any shit. If you're going to tell me that it's okay for 75,000 people to die, sorry, I'm going to probably use the F word a couple of times and you can suck it. It's not that. I just think that you close off communication when you attack someone right out of the gate. And that's what's caused this problem is everyone is tired of being attacked. And so they just want to don't want, there's no discourse.
I never attack unless you attack first. That kid last night, whatever his name, I'm not going to give his name because he doesn't need to say. The kid last night who said he's doing his own version of Deplorable Saturday Night Live, and it's and I was like, dude, you're so lame, you couldn't even come up with a new name.
I know, but you just fell right into that trap. Those people now, the new formula for people coming up now, the Tommy Lauren formula. You don't even have to believe it, but be as salacious as you possibly can. Jump on this bandwagon, attack, and then get social media followers, and then get your own show.
But that doesn't happen, though. So I hear what you're saying, but you're saying what I'm saying about Democrats. Democrats right now go, man, I know what they're doing. They're just being trolls. The problem is the people that follow them just think they won. If I come back and I body slam them repeatedly and I do it funny, those people that want to follow, I'm like, dude, you look like an idiot, because they're dumb. So they want to see the fight, right? They're the people that gather around in the schoolyard and watch the
I
fight.
guess I didn't see the funny ones. I just saw the really.
Oh, I just
mean
shredded
ones.
them. I shredded them.
Yeah, it wasn't funny.
But yes, I was.
Sometimes you are.
There's a picture of him, Trump, going like this, and I said, dude, I'm not the one who stole Isaac from the Love Boat's material.
Oh, yeah, right. 'Cause of the-
He was like, so, and that one got retweeted a lot. I'm just saying that you have to, if it's going to be a fight, because he wasn't funny ever, so I'm like, all right, let's just go after it. If there's going to be a fight, I'm winning that fight, because the dumb people that actually they don't see the intelligence of it. They don't see the research you've done. They won't even read the article that proves that Tara Reid is full of shit.
They're not going to.
I know. So what you do is the only way to get that information across is to, and I access my inner asshole and I body slam them, and then those people take me serious. And
I will say this: it's interesting because
my theory is different.
This is how dictators rise to power. Reading about how Hitler rose to power is really an interesting read. If we all have lots of time, it would surprise you, some of it,
because it didn't happen overnight.
No,
it happened over years.
Yeah,
I
years.
found myself today thinking. You made a comment. You said something about how are we gonna go back from this, and I instantly said we're not. And you were like, what? And I was thinking about it when I was driving here, and I realized that I am in danger of reaching a place of complacency. I'm not comfortable here, but I feel like nothing works anyway. You can tell people all day long, my family members, to just go online and read the actual documents, the intel report, all of it. They don't care. They don't want to hear it.
They don't want to know.
When you get emails like you got one today that I just delete, you never see them, but people are using the phrases in the emails, Killary, Sleepy Joe. Yeah. And I think you've already disqualified yourself from having a brain. Like, I already know that you're just a Muppet that's repeating everything that he said. And so I have noticed that I'm kind of getting to the point where I think, well, it's not going to do any good anyway.
But
right?
That's what, and that's how 6 million Jews died. Let's just lay it out.
Yeah.
So I'm the opposite now. I'm to the point where I woke up this morning and I was reading some of the stuff going on, and I'm reading some of the people go, it's China's fault. I go, okay, maybe China let the virus out. Mm-hmm. They really worked hard. This is so great. They really worked hard to try to blame China. And then the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff came out yesterday, and he goes, "We've conclusively proven that this is not a man-made virus, 100%." Mm-hmm. The Joint Chiefs of Staff. So now Trump has to fire that guy. Right. Okay, so when you've got good military, man, and I was talking to my buddy, Billy's a good guy, and he said, we had a long talk about it yesterday because he's as scared as I am. No, didn't drop. I did not say Billy Gardell. So, and Billy said, he goes, Titus, he goes, let me tell you something. He goes, the reality is a lot of these guys, after what he did to that ship and stuff, there's a lot of military guys don't like this guy. He goes, honestly, he goes, if he loses that election, and he goes, trust me, when that day comes that he's supposed to leave and he don't leave, there's going to be some tanks rolling onto the White House lawn. And I thought, that's a valid point. I think he said the scariest part for me is not when he loses the election. That doesn't scare me. But between that November and January 19th, between November 20th and January 19th when he's supposed to leave, that's the scariest time that we're going to be living through as Americans. Mm-hmm. And I think
it's true. The governor dude. Was it Kentucky?
No, Georgia, yeah. Kemp?
No, that pardoned everyone.
Oh, he pardoned child molesters and all kinds of craziness. Yeah, what was that? God, it was one of the southern states, yeah.
I thought it was
one of the
Kentucky.
Sweaty taint states of America.
Steer.
I totally stole it from Rachel in her new special. By the way, we're almost done with her special Alpha Chick. So we will keep you updated on where that's going. We've got some little things in the cooker right now.
It was Kentucky's governor.
Kentucky's governor.
Bashir won. Matt Bevin is the one that pardoned everyone. Yeah. And, yeah.
So that's what's going to... Well,
that's what I'm thinking for him.
But that would be mild because Nixon pardoned a bunch of psychopaths. That would be mild.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm thinking start a war, could declare martial law because we're at war. So the China thing got proven that they've now had scientists after scientists after scientists. They've now had group after group after group. They've had investigation after investigation after investigation that said no. We've actually analyzed it, it's a natural virus. The only thing they said it might be is that it was a natural virus they were looking at that may have gotten out of the lab, but there's no evidence of that at all.
Okay.
There is an infectious diseases laboratory in Wuhan.
Right. Oh, and just so you guys know, I'll say it again. We had a pandemic team stationed in Wuhan during the Obama administration, and up till 2018, it was there. But then John Bolton said, let's kill the pandemic team, and he pulled them out. So the reason this happened, the reason that we didn't have a team there stopping this shit like we did, was because Trump canceled the pandemic team.
Mm-hmm.
Be clear, that's what happened. And if you don't like it, please give me a really angry misspelled comment in this feed here on YouTube.
Well, killed the pandemic team and then ignored the intel and then delayed again, and like it's just a constant
Fake
chain
news.
reaction.
Stop saying fake news.
We've been here before. We've had
By the way,
assholes.
that's the other thing. If people are saying fake news, you've also you're out of the brain club.
Yeah,
Well,
you're not
you-
listening anymore.
No.
You're just going to throw that up
was
as a
that
defense?
was that last week? Did we talk about me talking to Rick and I finally asked him? Did I talk about what my buddy Rick I talked to?
You talked about it, but you didn't say.
So we had this big thing, and I finally said, I said, dude, every source that I brought up was bullshit. That's bullshit. They're all fake. All the news is wrong. All the news is wrong. I said, okay. I said, you keep saying stuff, but you're not backing it up.
Yeah.
Give me a news source that's legible. You know what he said? He said, okay, there's this guy in Portland I really like, Ted Poole or Tim Poole. And I go, okay. So I go look the guy up. It says, on his Twitter, it says, part-time journalist and skateboarder. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm out.
Right.
I'm
I know
tapping
what
out.
you're
I'm
talking
tapping out that one. I'm already out.
Oh, like, wait, a dude in Portland
And then
is
he
your
said-
source of information.
And then he said, boy, so I go down his feed. Look, listen, I'm this guy. If you prove that what you said happened and there's evidence for it, I'm like, oh shit. There's people on Twitter, I've apologized to them. Like, you know what, man, I just read that. Holy crap, I was wrong. Got no problem with that. I've read this guy's thing and he said, Biden credibly accused again. So I look at it. It's Biden went to the gridiron dinner supposedly in 2008 2008, 2012, whatever it was, and a woman said I was molested. I was 14 at the time, and Joe Biden molested me, and so.
Oh, this was the dinner he wasn't at.
Yeah, so they go.
Oh.
So the vice president of the Gridiron Group goes, yeah, I was at that dinner. He wasn't there. In fact, he was sick. He was recovering from back surgery or outpatient surgery, and he couldn't make it. So
So
he
he sent
wasn't.
his
So people,
regrets.
that's what we're dealing with right now. He sent his regrets, couldn't make the dinner, and someone still, this many years later, did you see what happened today with Jason? Some woman was asked to say that Biden molested her and was paid. Look it up. She got paid and she recorded it because she said it was the wrong thing to do. He's one of those right-wing guys.
But that's the thing. Like, if you know, even just common sense, you don't have to be on either side. We can see that clearly how the leader of this administration has gotten everything his entire life, even before we pretended he didn't, by conning people, by cheesing people, by being extra sleazy. We know he did it with Russia, thanks to your Republican-backed intel. We know that he placed that call to Ukraine. We know. He even said...
Yeah, people heard it, yes.
We had 14 Republican witnesses, whatever.
And those good Americans lost their jobs because
So
of it.
if you know that...
Right.
Then why would you think that this is organic? This is real. The guy who is his only opponent, the guy he was willing to violate his oath of office to get dirt on from the Ukraine and put us at risk to hurt.
And not just them, Ukraine. He was about to bury Ukraine. If we don't give Ukraine those missiles, Russia takes Ukraine over.
It's like, just be careful. You just have to be careful.
They're not, though. They
and
don't care.
notice the pattern. The pattern is
So
consistent.
do you remember? You know what it is? It's like every one of those gang movies where it's like, so Trump's the gang leader, right? He's the guy that walks in like Biff, and there's all these little guys from him going, yeah, what he said.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
he
yeah.
said.
Little
He's the
sycophants.
best ever. We're gonna do, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give me a pipe. I'll beat your ass. No, what he said. Yeah, boss. What do you want us to do, boss? And these people, what bothers me is like you can't. There's one guy, David Weissman, and he's famous for it. Sarah Silverman talked to him, and he was like, I was a Trump supporter. I followed it,
yeah.
and it was out of control once he proved. But you can give these people all the proof in the world, and they go. So I'll tell you guys this. You tell me what news source you're okay with. Fox, really? To Rick's credit, by the way, he said, no, Fox is full of shit. I go, OAN? And he goes, no, not OAN. I go, who then? Newsweek? He goes, half the time. and I started to get listed.
Guy in Portland.
Here's
Skateboarder.
skateboarder in Portland.
Skateboarder in Portland is the
Well, the
source.
thing
Thing is, and you got to know, I love
jinx.
Rick. Rick is a smart
You have to be
man.
quiet when you get jinxed. The thing is, too, is that I don't know what I was going to say after I jinxed you. We both said the thing is at the same time.
Oh.
Damn it.
Thing is that people,
I jinxed myself.
they want to. It's dumb. So if you want to win people by saying you still support Trump, if you don't want to admit, man, I made a mistake, then you're not going to win. We have 75,000 people dead. We're going to lose another 75,000 at least.
This is the first wave.
Yeah, at least. So we don't win. The economy. What's going to happen is they're opening up, which is dumb as shit. And I know we're all suffering, man. We don't have enough food. We don't. The food source is breaking down. I get it. It's fucked up. But do you want to die? I don't want to die. That's what I keep thinking. I'm like, yeah, I want to work. I just don't want to die.
Right.
And the only thing that works, someone asked me today, go, okay, Titus, because I was on Twitter, be like, yeah, Titus, oh, what would you do then? Like, oh, you think Trump can't handle it? Yeah, what would you do then? I would do what South Korea did. Basically, you mobilize the National Guard, number one, right? Mobilize them. First of all, you have to get the Defense Production Act done. You get 3M and you get all these medical companies. Right. You shut the fuck down right now and you start making these swabs and you start making these activated agents.
Test.
Yes. You make 400 million tests. You get the National Guard in every Costco parking lot and you go, hey, everybody, you can't do anything. You don't get to go back to your job until you get tested. Now, you get tested, you're clear, guess what? You can go to work. You're not clear, you got to isolate for 21 days. And by the way, we're actually using the Defense Production Act on hotel rooms, too.
You know what, though? It wouldn't work here anymore. No, we're past that.
Let me finish. No, now it would work. Now we need to do it. Here's why. Oh, I think we're screwed. Yeah, it would take longer and be harder now. So once you get everybody who's actually passed, right? You don't have it. But some people are asymptomatic. I get it. The second someone at your job of the 20 people gets it, like I'm feeling I got a fever. Okay, boom. They contact trace everybody that person talked to at work. They retest everybody at work, and then the people that are clear, they get a stay. Now, will we still have problems? Yes, but it's the only way to open the economy. That being said, once you've tested everybody, once those people are cured, they get to go back to work. Now you've got this pool of people that have had it, and you treat everybody. You still wear a mask. You treat everybody like they have it.
Yeah.
Once you don't have it, once we know you don't have it, still treat me like I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
You're my buddy.
Yep.
We're gonna stay 6 feet away.
Yep.
And they
It's
won't.
not going to
do it.
happen. It's not
No,
gonna happen.
it's not going to happen. But that's what would solve it.
Because our society has now progressed to a point where everyone's rights are so important. That's
that guy's
that's a
screaming.
thing. It's my right.
Your right to
Even
die.
when your right infringes upon my rights,
Right.
or my children's rights to be safe at school, or any of that. And if it doesn't go the way that you want it to go, then you just say it's fake news. It's not reported. So you can go online right now and you can see, just go to my family's social media and you can see,
I like that
you can see people, my rights are being infringed on. Can't keep us home. They can't do it. Government getting involved and blah, blah, blah. Not ever thinking that first of all, it's your guy running the show.
Right.
But second
and the
of
Senate.
all, not ever thinking that part of your government's job is to also govern your safety, because without you, they're not really
nobody to govern.
needed. And so good luck getting my family to get in line to do a test because they've seen some sci-fi movie and they think that they are giving up their rights and get my gun. And
The first time Patrick Meegan who's been a guest on the show, and he was a great writer on Titus and also Family Guy. He's brilliant. He said one of his tweets. I follow him. By the way, please look this up. His comic book She Kills is out. It's awesome. It's incredible.
Patrick was just on.
Yeah, Patrick was just on, but it's incredible. Go get She Kills, by the way. I think he's given a first episode for free. You got to go look at it. Look up She Kills Patrick Meegan. So Patrick did this tweet, and it was perfect. He goes, well, all the scientists and researchers and doctors are saying that this virus is deadly and may kill you 4 or 5 different ways depending on your genetics and how old you are. But I met this dude at a car show, and he says it's just a hoax. I don't know who to believe.
It's perfect.
And it made me laugh really hard.
But exactly.
That's it.
So what you're
That's it.
telling me is that you have to get these people that I may or may not be related to line up. Lines are very scary to people. Very scary.
Unless they need food,
especially
then they'll line
if you
up.
want them in a line. I'm on to you.
Yeah, whoa. Why are we lining up? Remember, lines are bad. You're right. Whoa, hold on. Is there a train nearby? Because I ain't getting in a line to get on no train.
Right. Then they have to submit to something.
Right.
I.e. testing. And
And
then
it looks like a magic trick.
without that piece of paper or sign of the beast, then they cannot go to work and make money. Good luck. Good luck with all those dudes on the front steps.
So what you're saying is
in their cosplay.
So let's
good luck.
So what you're saying is stupid people ruin things.
My problem is,
We're back.
I don't like
she circled
people.
it all the way back.
and that's my problem.
That's
I
on the
don't
back
really
of the
like
shirt.
people.
That long. That's the full
And
explanation.
like Star Wars, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
It just slowly blends into this shirt.
Do you see what I mean, though?
Well,
you
yeah.
have governments in some places, in some countries, like, where this may have worked, where people will not submit, but they will listen to the people that they elected to keep them safe.
Well, they had SARS and stuff.
But here, that's not what we do.
But they have, because this is
anymore.
here's the thing. This is the first time in 100 years we've had this, and even then. But just so you guys know, this ain't the first time. This happened in 1918 too. They had a ceremony at noon in San Francisco on a day. Everyone took their mask off. Woohoo! Like it was like the virus died at that moment.
Right.
And then it spiked again. Spiked again. So this is not the human beings. Especially now, we have a couple generations that were raised, you're special. You're the best kid on your soccer team. No, you get a trophy no matter what. We have a whole group of people that really don't give a fuck.
I didn't get that.
I didn't either. But what they want is, they want what they want. I mean, that's a human nature, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I want to live.
The way, honestly, the way that I grew up, I was in pants that were consistently 3 to 4 inches too short. And jellies,
Jellies,
that were really out of style, but that's what I had put on layaway, and it took 3 years to get it off layaway.
I had a pair of matching pants
I was
with
wearing
a
'em,
velour
damn
shirt.
it.
I had the layaway. Layaway.
Then my school decided to do Project Adventure. Did anybody else have Project Adventure?
No, what was that?
I used to tell you it was when they Hindenburged my hopes and dreams. I had a perm. I had a home perm, and it didn't take on the left side.
You had part of a home perm. I saw a picture.
It was like that unicorn style in the
Like
90s.
It was
A
like
scrubber, pot scrubber. She had
yeah.
a pot scrubber in the front of her head.
It took
scrunchy.
really well on this side and this side. And they did Project Adventure, and I wasn't really into PE. I almost didn't graduate high school because of PE.
That's weird because you work out harder than anybody I know. That's insane.
I don't appreciate being told that I have to put on the same stinky cosplay outfit that everyone else does and get in line. See, I don't like getting in lines.
Right.
And anyway, I ended up working it out with the PE teacher to just give me a passing grade.
Maybe it's fun though. I'll say this. Maybe you've just solved everything. I'm sorry. If we all got in a circle. Because everything in school, when you got in a circle,
those were
you
fun.
were happy. Everybody get in a circle. When somebody's getting in line, you're like, God damn. When you everybody get in a
Circles were
circle.
awesome.
Oh, everybody get in a circle.
Good things happened when you were in a
Good
circle.
things happen. You got a parachute thing, or you got the.
I love the
Or you got
parachute
you get the
thing.
hokey pokey.
I don't think we did that.
Or
was
you
in
Duck
the
Duck Goose?
60s.
Duck Duck
I
Goose?
didn't like Duck Duck Goose. That was very stressful for me.
Yeah, you might be onto
Honestly,
something.
what was the worst? Red Rover.
So we don't line up. We vaccinate in a circle,
What about
and we're happy.
Red Rover? Make millennials play Red Rover, and you'll toughen them up a little bit. Hey,
Oh.
let me voluntarily clothesline
And you-
my perm on the big girl's arm, because it's always the big girl. But then I had to do Project Adventure, and we had to rappel up this tower, and I had the
Wow, what
the
gym
perm.
class is that?
Yeah, exactly. It was the
where the hell was your
let's
school?
Crush Rachel's hope
Were
for
you
the
like
future
a secret
gym
agent?
class.
Alias? Were you alias?
And the dumb girl, the girl that actually her pants were long enough and she was a cheerleader, she let the rope go. I am pretty sure to this day it was on purpose. And the rope ricocheted and snapped into, I had taken this side of my perm because it didn't curl that well and put a denim barrette bow in the rope. It was so tight, and she let it go that it snapped up right as I was about to touch the ground and wove itself into my hair that I had pulled back, and I was an inch off the ground. Yes. And they couldn't get me out, and then the bell rang.
Wait, you were hanging?
Wow.
Still in the harness thing
Yeah.
and the hair thing.
Yeah.
And when the bell rang, all the kids just ran away and went into class. And so I was out there with my teacher.
Right.
Oh, guys, my hair is kind of stuck in this thing.
Help.
I don't really. Where did you go to school? Quantico?
Were you like a red? You were a Red Sparrow
guys
thing?
did
Yeah,
have-
exactly.
Kinda-
Like she's on the FBI training
Yeah.
center. Yeah, I
You
go to
guys
elementary
didn't
school.
do Project Adventure?
I think
we
it's a
didn't have a
different-
tower. We didn't have a climbing tower.
listen,
Did you have a
Did you have
climbing
a
tower?
file? Like
This
you open-
was in Columbus,
Project
Georgia.
what?
They gave us a zip line.
Treadstone. She was in Treadstone.
We had a zip line where you
Zip
had to climb
line?
up the tower.
Come on.
Quantico. What the fuck are you talking about?
If she hears a click, click, and she's like gets into like fighting
It was
position.
a new thing that they brought into the school
Wow.
to ruin my life.
There's a
Cool,
keyword that
uh-huh.
there's a keyword that'll activate her.
Right, some kind of phrase.
Yeah, it's not Louboutin. Trust me. We tried.
It's on your Twitter feed. Maybe that's what's triggering it.
Next thing you know, Rachel goes, "I have to get in the car and I have to drive to Prague." What?
Rach, where are you going?
If you guys
I'm
did
going to
Project
school.
Adventure, please put it below. I want
A
to
zip
know.
line and a climbing
Did
tower? Where
anyone
did you go to
else-
school?
They constructed these things. It was a part of a program called Project
program.
Adventure.
It's a
This was
project.
a middle school. I think it was when I was at Richards
I think you were
Junior High
brainwashed.
in
You
Columbus.
don't remember any of this.
Columbus, Georgia.
So they program you to say this. You were not in Columbus, Georgia. You were in an underground bunker somewhere being trained.
I think I was in Columbus, Georgia. Pretty sure. Am I the only one that ever did Project?
I am frightened right now because I don't know what's at any
Is
moment.
there a secret phone outside
She
you
just
need to
takes the
pick
mic
up?
stand. She,
Okay, clearly you don't have to be frightened because I'm the girl hanging from the rappel tower by my denim bow.
Just picture it. Brrring, guys.
I mean, called in for duty, I think.
This is a
So,
core memory. This
Did
is
they
what I'm
pull the
telling
barrette
you.
and you went kabunk and just fell?
No, my teacher, they had to cut some hair. It was really a bad
Cut
day.
you off of the thing. Wow.
So then I went for the cut sides perm pot scrubber, and that I have pictures of that. Actually, I
That was
gave
very
you
Predator.
That was
pictures
very
of that.
80s. A little like
Yeah.
Predator, but very 80s. It was
I
very
called
80s.
it throwback because I didn't have any other choice. Honestly, my mom could have sprung for a salon perm. In hindsight, I do see that.
Yeah. Speaking of haircuts, to all you people that are so mad that you can't get out and get a haircut or go to a restaurant or go to the club or go to the beach, suck it, you boners. No, you boners. People are dying. Like, I mean, 75,000 people are dead today.
Okay, what about people that are going to starve to death? How do we
Yeah,
rectify that?
We need to fix it. We need to figure it out. We need to. What bothers me the most about the way the government did the money thing was that they gave, big businesses a lot of money, and they didn't help a lot of small businesses. They didn't.
I got help.
Well, I get a little bit of help too. I get help too.
I talked to Lash Guy Greg this
You got
week.
your job for a couple more weeks.
Yes.
man.
And he
Thank you.
didn't get help, and he's thinking he's going to close down the salon for good and move on into a new business. And I just thought it's really like this.
Greg, our buddy Greg.
This virus. He's fine though. It's weird how it's also going to affect us culturally and socioeconomically. It's like all these things. Friends that you had, you might not have anymore. You're not going to see them because they have to move on and do a different job or go somewhere else. Or our friend Bart moved from Washington, I think, to Oklahoma to make money. I mean, it's really interesting how much this is going to change our day-to-day lives in all different ways, including the people that we see.
Well, I mean, my job's kind of screwed. I mean, our job is screwed for a year.
We need droplets and crowds of people. We need you. We need that. And
Yeah, that's how our job works. Everybody we're in, they're laughing, spewing droplets.
Yes, you need to
And
live
so-
within droplets.
But here's the thing. So
Yeah.
let's say you knew. So let's say this. Let's say we'd all been tested. You had a 21-day quarantine, and they go and the doctor said, okay, you're clear, and you get a blue bracelet. Or so. I guess people would just get different bracelets.
Fuck, they're blue. Of course it's blue. Hollywood bagging. You
I
liberal
wear
elite.
no blue and Democrat blue bracelet.
That's what I mean. We're past the point. That's what I was thinking today. Like
So
almost
we've reached peak
complacent.
moron then. We're at peak moron and can't
We
fix
are
it.
well past that. We are well past that. Okay, here's an example. I'm sure I'll get a phone call.
I'm fine with that.
God bless. I'm
know where
over
this is
it.
going.
Honestly,
By the way,
I'm over it.
you're
My
over it.
sister's over it. We're well past the point
the
where
family's got involved a little bit. And if my dad was alive, trust me, every time one of these aired, I would be having an hour and a half conversation with him about it.
Okay, so you guys remember they did that concert a week or two ago? It was to raise money for the entire world for the virus, like Taylor Swift, I think. A bunch of big
it was
names
COVID-19. Yeah. Lady Gaga was in it. Yes.
Yeah, what was it called? Like global.
I'll look it up. Go ahead, keep talking.
Look up the name, but it was basically kind of like One World. Well, it was named that because it meant like we're all in this together,
Unity,
all
yes.
across the world.
We're all connected.
We are connected to Africa is connected. Please put a picture of Africa. Is connected to China. Please put that picture up.
It's in a different time zone.
And
that we know.
exactly. And that was what it was. And I had a family member post on social media that they were looking at their weather, and the ad for that popped up in the corner, and they put a screenshot, and it was like a really kind of
One World. It was called One World.
perfect.
Yeah.
It was called One World Concert, to
Which
raise
is
money.
every conspiracy QAnon thing in the world.
Yeah.
And
Just
it
add
was
order
this- Yeah,
to the end of it. And then,
add order.
oh,
It was
Conspiracy.
like a whole head explosion thing because I don't need this on my weather. Blah, 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 One World I know. And I was just like, I mean, sometimes take a breath for
Yeah.
God's sakes and
Yeah.
enjoy the music.
Well, people would say that
You're
about...
exhausting.
Someone said that specifically to me about my Twitter. They actually said, dude, you need to take a breath. The problem is that, like, that's a conspiracy. The reality is that I'm so pissed off, and guys, you need to know, I'm not mad at my family. I don't walk the world pissed off, but I am really down about how far we've fallen. I mean, we could have stopped this. I mean, and you can't look back, but we could have stopped this. He was warned in November by U.S. intelligence.
I know, but I don't mean take a breath like, I mean, sometimes it's a greatest lesson. I was just telling my sister this.
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know what that means specifically.
it sounds.
I instantly
feel
thought
like I get
of
it.
Monica
Sounds like-
Lewinsky, but I don't know. But
Wow, nice pull.
except
Nice
when
pull.
sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, unless Bill Clinton has it.
Well, George Carlin said, sometimes a cigar is a cigar, and sometimes it's just a big brown dick. That's what he said.
So I just mean take a breath, right? Like I get, that you don't want to submit to a global currency and a one world leader and all that. But you could just enjoy the music from Lady Gaga,
Oh, by the way, Travis Tritt's playing. Yeah, no, he's part of the conspiracy. Really? So
No.
Lady Gaga and Travis Tritt is part of the conspiracy?
No.
Right,
And
right.
Garth Brooks?
Right.
They all got together?
No.
So I just got something as you were saying this. To all you people out there who actually work your 9 to 5, who live in a decent home.
Thank you for that.
And why would you think this? What do you think this one world government's gonna do to you? Like, what do you think? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. So if the world all got together and we all worked together and we all like shared economically and we helped. Let me finish. And basically, we actually we have enough energy with global.
We already are.
Geothermal.
Is the
Geothermal.
power about?
Yeah, I just smell almonds. Is that
I don't
toast?
want
That's
to. I
toast.
don't want that. That's not what I'm saying.
No, but-
I'm
but
just
what-
saying.
but if it
I
did
don't
happen-
think Taylor Swift is ushering it in with
Yeah.
her acoustic
Yeah,
That's
guitar.
right,
yeah, but it's not going to be. They're not
Like,
going to bring it in with
Take
her.
a breath. I don't want
with
to.
pop
Can I be
music.
very clear? I don't want a one world global government. I don't want a global.
I'm not
I don't
saying
want
that. I'm
He's
not
scaring
saying-
me. Don't touch me. Stay in your side. I
That's
don't
what
want
I
that.
meant. That's what I'm not saying that. I'm saying that.
You kind
What-
of were.
No, I'm saying our countries are separate and we all work together. That's not happening. It's not happening. And so that's what's happening. Now we're blaming China. Well, China's pissed at us for blaming China. The fucking thing is we all have a disease. It doesn't matter who you blame, bro. You did nothing to fix it.
Yeah.
So if we all work together,
Technically, we do live in one world.
Right.
The
And we
planet's all connected.
We're all
right?
sharing droplets. Doesn't matter about borders.
That word is really getting to me. Droplets.
Droplets? Why does the word droplets get
I
to you?
don't stop
don't
saying
like
it. Stop it, or I'll say
You
moist.
don't like droplets? I didn't. So why did you have to attack me with
There's a
your
lot
dirty
of droplets
word?
in lotions that are moist. That
Oh, Oh, yeah.
His kids were here on Saturday night for the show, and Kenny was upstairs with me.
Can't wear these. There's moist
And
droplets on my panties.
Fetus used the M word that you just said, and she freaked out, and I freaked out, and then she looked at me. She goes, "That's my word," and I go, "No, that's my word." And then I said, "Well, my other word is the P word for women's underwear. I can't stand that word." And she goes, "That's my word too." And I realized I've also
Since she was
had
4.
an adverse effect on
Yeah, since
Kenny
she
and
was
Jet. It's
4,
perfect.
you've been around her.
Her words are my words.
So let's deal with that conspiracy. So I'm just trying to let's mine this a little bit.
Can I just say what I was going to say originally?
Sure.
My stepfather taught me this lesson. I was just telling it to my sister because she's going through some interesting things, and she's a badass, and she's going to be great. But I told her my stepfather, who's a retired Army colonel, was in Army intelligence and worked in security in the Middle East. He told me one time, he said, "I'm going to think about that, and I'll call you back tomorrow." And I go, "No, I want to know now what you think. I'm curious." He goes, "I'd rather think about that. And I don't want to say something I don't really mean just to talk. I'll call you back." And I've never forgotten
What's
that.
that
And I
like?
asked him, I know, I don't experience it at home at all. And I asked him later, and I said, "Why do you do that?" And he said, "Because I learned in non-advertised wartime to keep my powder dry." He said, "Don't fight the battle, fight the war." And he goes, "And if you get too distracted fighting the battles, you're going to lose your war."
Yeah.
And I've never forgotten that. And that's kind of how I feel about what happens on social media and the advertisement for the music concert on your weather page.
We're so laser focused, especially on social media. We're just dealing with that little bit of information
of the day. Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah,
the
Twitter ain't the world.
Right.
It's literally a place. It's literally a place where I use 280 characters to get my tension out, or come up with a joke that is funny. I
Yep,
really,
yep, yep.
I'm
For
clear.
sure.
I tweeted that out this week. I said, thank God we have Twitter that is just full of experts, so we don't have to have school anymore.
Right.
You know, because at the end of the day, I get it. It's just bullshit. What scares me is like when you start seeing people on Facebook or social media that are so like, I'm a fact-based person. Yes, I do rant and rave, but usually here's the link. Here's the link to what I'm talking about, and I'm mad because you're so stupid you won't read it.
They're not going to, people don't want to read. They don't want to know. They don't want you
but
to
people-
interfere with their opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People want to believe what they want to believe, period.
And I can't stress this enough. If you go and read the Republican-led Senate intel report, you will see that millions of Russian bot accounts on Facebook and Twitter were activated to corrupt and interfere with the 2016 election, and have since in the last year been reactivated to deal with this election. So if you are really looking at any news story on any social media or even a lot of websites, and you don't fact check that, you've just been had by a Russian, prepubescent teenager sitting in a dark room in his mom's basement getting paid.
There's a Russian military guy sitting in a room writing shit.
It's not, they're not hiring experts. You're being had by a dude in his mom's Russian basement.
But we've if we look at huge picture, we've been here before, right? Like we are currently in a bad spot in history, but there's been Caligula, and there's been other horrific events in human history, the plague and World War II and
War
other. And you were talking about this the other day, is that we just have to hang on, because the Roaring 20s are coming. The fun, disco era is coming. It's coming. The fun times are coming. We're gonna come out of this.
I like the Highlanders attitude. I haven't even thought of this.
This is grandma's. This is grandma. It's gonna be okay. That's all. We go through bad
keep your
times. We
powder
go for
dry.
up times.
Yeah.
Keep your powder dry. Stop blowing it on the skirmishes.
Yeah, so some of the skirmishes, the reason I do what I do sometimes is some of these skirmishes end up building a movement, and I'm trying to give enough facts out there. When I do guys on Twitter, man, look, I want to be funny first, and I haven't been. I'm so mad. There's so many dead people. So many. You guys don't even understand. We passed the Vietnam War thing. I really feel like for that. I'm like, there's families, 75,000 families have lost somebody, and I can't even fathom that. That's in a month. In about a month, we've had 75,000 people die. It's gonna double that, and and then we have this president who doesn't talk about that. Like, at least say what you want
That
about
makes it harder.
Say what you want about any of these presidents. There was an empathy in them, and there would have been we would have already had a day of mourning. We would have already had a memorial, a Sunday where
That's a
said,
big part of a
Moment of
president's
silence
job
on
that we
Sunday.
lost with Trump.
give us access to our pain, and he's
Right.
not, and
He's
he
not.
just keeps creating more.
He
Yep.
doesn't have compassion, though. He can't. Narcissists can't have compassion. They don't feel that.
Right.
It's that website that the girl gave us for your ex, and the guy who is a narcissist who's trying to help other people locked in relationships with narcissists.
Self-aware narcissism.
Yeah,
It's
he
great.
got help, but he still knows the game. And he said, "You think I feel bad for you? You think I feel sorry for what I do? I don't feel sorry. I don't feel anything."
Yeah.
That's what you get from Trump, though. The only thing he feels is when someone attacks him.
Yeah.
And we don't have a leader. He's never been a leader. His dad gave him $400 million when he died. By the way, his dad covered his ass his whole life. He got $400 million when his dad died. He lost a lot of that money. He was $2 billion in debt. Deutsche Bank, he owed them $2 billion. For some reason, Deutsche Bank gave him another $2 billion. He still owes that much, and that was tracked through to Russian oligarchs. So you got this guy who has been dealing with the Russians since '87. Whether it's he had a plane, he had a football team, sucked. He had
a football team?
The XFL. He tried to start another league. XFL. He tried to start another league, failed. Had Trump Airline, failed. Trump Steak, Trump Water, Trump Vodka. The guy can't sell alcohol. He's gone under. He's lost 4 casinos.
That's because he was a joke, though. Like everybody
But he's a
knew
loser,
Trump,
though.
the name Trump wasn't synonymous with quality.
No.
It was like synonymous with cheese, right? Like gold-plated, not gold. He was kind of like Kathy Griffin said. Everybody knew the Donald.
Clown.
Yeah, he was like the cheese ball in Atlantic City that everyone was like, "Oh my God, Donald Trump's going to be here," and it wasn't like, "Wow."
Right.
It was.
It wasn't like when Clooney walked in.
Oh no way.
He thinks it's like when Clooney walks in.
No, it's
It
not
is
like
not.
that at all.
But you're right, though.
It's
The
not.
only emotion that he's ever shown us is revenge, vindictive. What's the emotion?
Vengeance.
Well,
He's
vengeance,
anger. He's
okay.
anger. He's anger. He's always.
That's the only
angry.
one.
And he. Yeah, it's the only.
Yeah, like when you saw Obama cry about Newtown.
And,
saw him
and out of the
break
blue,
down.
the man starts improv Amazing Grace. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And you were like, and we all went, this is exactly how we feel. And this guy, we've lost 75,000 Americans. Like
I gotta do this, and this is just
I've
bring
been
it
waiting.
up happy. I'm waiting
Oh,
for a happy.
But here's the good news. Here's the good news.
I'm waiting for a happy.
The good news is,
What is the good news?
I saw a video this week of a dog. Whoever's putting out these dog bruh videos.
Rex Chapman.
It was great. It was this black lab. It might have been Mark Hamill, black lab, and there's a puppy on a boat. And the boat is connected by a rope to this thing, and the puppy can't do it. He's like, meow, 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 meow. And this dog, the lab's freaking out, and he jumps in the water, grabs the boat rope, swims the boat back, and saves the puppy. And I was like, you know what? Deep down, every living being wants to help.
Well, ones with fur. Anyway.
Yeah.
Have you seen the one? Have you seen the one? Not the ones with cat piss cotton candy on top of their bald dome.
Yeah.
Have you seen the one of the cat eating out of the bowl, and the dog is like this at the table, and the cat takes a piece, drops it, and takes his paw and smacks it off the table to the dog, like scoot, so the end dog grabs. It's like animals are awesome. Dogs, bruh. By the way, today's episode brought to you by Harrys.com. Go to Harrys.com/Titus. That's a / even though Jay Moore ruined that for me.
Do not use Harry's to shave your cat.
No. Or you could. I don't know. I don't know a lot about cats yet. I'm learning. I'm not sure. I actually just did a total Harry's plug for my sister on the phone. Because my sister, she's like in the world.
With a beard?
She's not. Well,
Well, she's going.
no.
She's going into the world.
She's in the world.
Anew.
And she's got a killer job, and she's killing it.
Got to
in
keep
life.
them legs smooth.
Yep, among other things. And so I recommended Harry's Razors to her, and she's like, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, it's a company that advertises on the podcast." And she goes, "It's the best." I go, "It's the best."
Yep.
And I find myself a lot of times recommending products because we only take people that we really like
Yep.
and use. And like fervently telling people, you haven't tried Harry's yet? Like Harry's you're not going to get that anywhere else.
If they didn't advertise, I would use them all the time. It doesn't matter that way they advertise.
Yeah.
I put a new blade on.
For sure.
My blade was in there I don't even check. It's there till eventually it starts to pull. Put a new blade on. Oh, I like new blade. I mean, my blade was in there since we moved into the house 3 months.
You know
Still,
a good test of their blades,
Yeah.
you can shave dry.
Yeah.
I've done it.
And it doesn't
and you can still go
Because
with
it's
it.
so sharp.
Yeah.
And close.
Yeah.
You don't have the stubble.
Don't go sideways. I did that once, and
Why did
I
you
just
do that?
I was just doing something. I went and I moved it, and it was like, that hurted.
Yeah, with any razor, don't do that. That's what it most.
But Harry's cut deep.
Harry's,
If you
they
go
have the
sideways.
best blades. German factory. They have 100% quality guarantee, which I love. They stand
They have a
behind
German
their
factory
products.
because Germany to contact traced and tested is open now, making Harris razor blades once again. Continue.
Also, 1% of all
Really need to
proceeds
slam.
are given to nonprofit organizations, which I really love. Healthcare for men and veterans, which I really love. Listeners of the show can redeem their Harry's trial set. That's the whole shaboozy. You get everything that you need. This is what we need for my sister. We should get this and send this to
Okay,
her.
we'll do it today.
Harrys.com/Titus. You get the weighted ergonomic handle, the 5-blade razor, the rich lathering slave shit.
Rich lathering slave gel. What? By the way, slave gel is not the best.
Wow.
I mean, Harry's does not sell slave gel.
That was banned in the 1800s. Rich lathering shave gel.
You got me the slave gel?
It's got aloe in it. Why aren't you using that? Are you using the...
Aloe is not a
Shave
name
gel?
of a slave.
Why are you shaving dry? You should be using this.
He's all
I have it.
fuzzy.
Yeah, no,
You have it.
I like if I'm just like in a rush,
Oh,
I would
okay.
just like throw it under the, just go.
And
in
you
the
get the
pandemic, you just
travel
that
blade
busy. It's just-
cover.
In the pandemic, you're just so busy. You gotta get shaving.
Yes, it is so hard to get anything done. Let me tell you, with the hand washing and the, we'll get back to that. But it takes forever to do everything.
I know
wash
that.
your hands.
I went to
All you have to do is go to harrys.com.
Yeah, finish the ad for God's
/
sake.
Titus and start shaving better today. Stop shaving crappily. Shave better.
Guys, face the day, Harry's. We're not kidding. It's really good. I went to Costco yesterday and I masked up. And then, and by the way, my mask, I've started to floss more because I can't stand me.
I said that on Twitter. I go, wow, this is enlightening, isn't it? I guess it's a thing because someone tweeted me back and said their friend or their sister or something is a nurse, and she always recommends either putting essential oil on the inside or
That's not a bad idea.
chewing gum, putting gum in your mouth.
So I go there and I show up at Costco, sit in my car, don't get out, windows up, mask, adjust it, make sure it's right, glove, okay, check everything, and then I go into Costco and it's so weird. You've become hyper aware of everything
Yes.
you touch.
Yeah.
Have you noticed
Yeah.
how much stuff you
Yes.
touch?
And you'll have to look at everything like it's got acid on it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I touched my debit card. Okay, I got to treat it like it's, the Ark of the Covenant and just, slip it in and then throw the glove out and then hand sanitize. And
So in Costco now they have, because you didn't think about it before, but now Costco has all these glass things now at the registers. So I have to hold my Costco card up against the glass now, and then they go boop on the side. But I thought, how many other people held their card against the glass? And I just touched 50 other people.
Oh,
And
why did you do that? I just handed it around the side of the glass, and she took it.
she told me to. She said put it on the
Oh,
glass.
they changed.
So
okay.
so and then she handed it back to me. Then I had my card in, and someone she took my card for something, and she handed it back, and it was like, I was like, oh my God, I have to burn that card now.
yeah.
Like everything you touch.
Do you know what I do? Do you guys remember the rain jacket that I bought that I never had
Yes.
anything to wear?
That actually affected the weather. It was
We
such
would take it on the road. So I found this designer rain jacket. It never rains in LA, but it was like I was such a good deal.
but knew it was laughably expensive.
Right.
And the deal I got was insane.
No, the deal she got was
It's
like
fine.
for a
But
normal
anyway,
rain jacket.
We
Yeah.
started taking it. I would take it on the road when I would see the weather said it was going to rain in Florida or wherever. It was great. I had it to take on the road, and the weather it became a joke. He would make fun of me. I'd bring my rain jacket, and the sun would come out, and I just wanted to wear this rain jacket. Well, now I think of it as my COVID shield. I put it so you don't carry your whole bag. If ladies carry your purse or your backpack or whatever in, because then there's too many things that can get contaminated.
Yeah.
I put my keys in the left pocket, zip it shut, and I put my card in the right pocket and zip it shut with a wipe wrapped around it. And then gloves on, then I go shop, and then I take it out and put it. So I got it all
like
down
that.
pat, baby.
I will say I panicked. We were out of Clorox wipes, and I was like, oh, I can't. I'm gonna die.
Not.
And I started to figure out you're gonna die. What were
I'm
you
not.
saying?
I have a whole cabinet of
What
them.
were you saying earlier about? They said that the newest cases are from people. So guys, don't stop. Here's the thing. This ain't over. Be very clear. Just if we can give you any advice, and you got to remember, right? Since we do the podcast, I study this all the time. Ray found out today, she was reported by Cuomo, that the people that are currently getting infected are people that have been quarantined and stayed home, which means...
So the governor said that.
Right.
He said that the majority of the cases of the new wave of cases that are coming in as they're stepping up are people that have been sheltering in place. So they're trying to figure out now how they're getting it.
Well, he alluded to the fact that they must not be, doing the right things, like if they're getting a delivery or if people are having visitors over or they go down and get their mail.
Yep.
People, they're still leaving their house for something.
Little tiny ways of getting it that
Yeah.
people don't think
We
about.
got a delivery 2 nights ago. I went and picked up food. Now we got this place we go, which is an awesome restaurant, Hugo's, and they seal the bag, which is great. So you know not gonna where you have it, but still you have the bag. I don't know where again. So I put it in the car, leave it in the car. I get home, take it out. I wipe the bag down, open the bag, take everything out. We have a special plate on the counter. That's the clearance area. Wipe every container down, front to back, side to side, no missing it.
Yeah.
Then you can eat, but you have to do it is a pain in the
Yeah.
ass. I may have to dry shave now specifically.
No,
But
there's no
you
need.
gotta have a quarantine spot in your house. You have to have a quarantine spot in your car. And, for wherever you have to go, you have to just be so aware. It's so exhausting to just
is,
of
yeah.
everything.
It's
And
a lot of extra,
and
but
guys,
it's worth your life.
They think that they're opening up. They're trying to open up. They're not opening up because it's safe. They're opening up because it has profit in it.
Yeah.
They don't care who's going to die. They really don't give a shit. And so just know. So the more I read about this thing, here's what I know. I'm going to tell people what it does. They're having people that have been intubated for 10 to 14 days. If it gets into your brainstem, into your spinal fluid, it will cause brain damage. People are waking up, they don't recognize their family, and they can't walk. That's one of the things. Coroners are finding out that organ damage that they're going through bodies, and it's not just your lungs. It's actually your livers. It's actually your kidneys. They're having to put people on dialysis while they're intubated because it is eating their kidneys. Maybe that's not eating is the word, but it's destroying them. Your lungs, if you get into a cytokine storm, your lungs are going to fill with snot. Not like pneumonia with a little bit, so it hurts. They have a picture of it. It looks like a frosted glass window.
Everyone says it feels like you're drowning on Earth.
And you can't breathe and you can't walk. People are saying they can't walk. They can't get out of bed and walk 2 steps. This is not over. Double up your efforts to be safe, or you may be intubated for 14 days. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to save you. We want you guys to keep listening. For myself,
Is that the end?
I just want to be people. Yes, I want people to be serious.
Comedy podcast. You have to tell a joke now.
I don't have a joke. I have written any jokes
Do you
recently.
have
Germans
do you have
walk
any
into a
young
Zoroaster.
Titus jokes that you used to tell
Oh, young Titus joke. God, let me see. What was
when
that?
you had similar
I could do the
hairstyle?
first joke I used to ever do.
Okay.
My name's
No, this is terrible.
my name's Christopher Titus. I put in the defer because without it, my name's Chris Titus, which sounds like something you get vaccinated for. I get even for being named Titus. My first son, Hepa. My first daughter, Eliphan. All right, kids, out to school to be ridiculed. Let's go. Cute.
What about your
Shut up.
What about your treadmill joke from back in when you started out?
I went to the gym today. God, am I sore. I got on the treadmill for 5 minutes, tripped, and fell down it for 45 minutes. And you know what else? Someone did that joke years later. I wrote that joke in 1987,
We have
86.
video of it. Actually.
Yeah, oh yeah. Speaking of that, guys, my old manager gave me 6 videos from when I was 20 and 21 years old. He
Can't wait
heard
to see
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
He almost like heard it like a myth. He's like, dude, do you have those? Because we're going to edit together like this crazy old Titus video that you'll be seeing on our YouTube channel. Speaking of that, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go to Christopher Titus TV. You can see currently 4 full 90-minute comedy specials. You can also see what we got 30 episodes of Titus right now.
Yeah, we just did season 2
right
finale.
Right now, the first 2 seasons of Titus are there. We are now uploading the 3rd season. Those will be there next week. So catch up, binge watch it. Guess what else is coming? Bombshell special is coming. We're almost at the end of that, and we're going to tell you what's going on with that in a couple of weeks. Please subscribe to the channel. Also go to Combustion Comedy on Twitter. Follow up what's going on the 23rd. Josh Wolf. You ready for this show?
Yes.
I'm excited. Actually, I don't.
JoshWolf.eventbrite.com. But
Yeah.
you can also click through. We're going to put the link on his website, yeah?
Yeah.
Same like we did
Yeah,
before?
but it's weird times. People, if you know Josh Wolf at all, ridiculously funny. Was on Chelsea lately, but really
was
great.
on Chelsea lately.
Was on Chelsea lately.
You're clustered.
United States. Was on Chelsea lately. Has done a ton of stuff. He's got a special about fatherhood, which is amazing. Weird times. May 23rd. Full 3-camera shoot, not some guy yelling into a laptop. The sound issues are all handled. It's perfect. Go to Eventbrite or go to ChristopherTitus.com. Click to get the tickets for $10. It's $10 for your entire core team crew. And then what we're gonna do next time is we have some stuff in the pipe that might be pretty good if it happens. Yeah. Follow us. Be with us. Let's survive this. For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray, and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
There could be only one.
There can be only one.
You scared Groucho.
Oh, he was on the Armageddon update.